With that, I, Tinosha, a teacher from Tenby, Malaysia, would like to use my advantage as a teacher to create awareness and empower young people here in my school in Malaysia. Now follow me. I will show you what I can use in my advantage here as a teacher to conduct this project. So my project will be called as Blue Ribbon. This Blue Ribbon will seek to empower 20 young people in Tenby SCP through forming a after-school club and using this club to empower and create awareness among these young people in tackling this issue by providing materials, resources, and creating platform to train these young people to be advocates especially for SDG 16, specifically in target 16.2. In the CCA activity, there are 3 major activities that I will propose. So the first one is the round table, where in this round table involves the club members, the 20 club members, where they will come together and discuss all kind of issues that involves around this SDG 16. Then moving into campaign and role play. These 20 students will lead on this role play, and also they will lead the discussions that will happen during PSHE involving key stage 3 students. And lastly, we will do a walk of Blue Ribbon, where this Blue Ribbon is a gallery form where pictures, videos and other materials will be displayed as a gallery where the whole Tenby community can come in for viewing. So these are the 3 major activities that are proposed for this CCA club. I believe that by empowering these 20 young people, it will equip them with attitude of advocacy and campaigning skills. Also, it helps in building confidence in these young people that they will play a key role in this issue as a global citizen. As I also believe that exposing young people with this issue or any other SDGs will give them the great opportunity to explore their potential, and that will build their confidence to participate in more similar activities or events that can change or build a better future. 1, 2, 3. Let's do this!
Again, wonderful round of applause to all of the winners, 3rd, 2nd, and 1st place. This has been amazing and inspiring. Thank you so much. And I would now like to invite Viola to come around as a co-moderator, and of course also the winners. And we are happy that Tinosha and Fitria are today with us, and we can actually have them answer some of our questions. So hi, good to see you, Fitria. Congratulations again. And I hope that Tino is also there. Hi, congrats.
Hello.
Bravo, well done.
Big applause.
Yeah, big applause to both of them. So unfortunately, Hoer can't join us today, seemingly. So we have you two as the representatives of all of the winners. And I would immediately like to start with one question to both of you. And probably maybe let's then start with Tinosha and then Fitria. So my first question to you is, could you kindly just introduce yourself and tell a bit about yourself briefly, and then tell us what gives you the daily motivation to be a change maker. Over to you, Tino.
So hi everyone, my name is Tinosha and I'm from Malaysia. I'm a teacher from Tenby International School. My daily motivation is my students. I would say my student is my daily motivation because I see many young people are out there. They have full potential. They have so much of potential to do something magic, you know, bring change to this world. But I see that they are not aware. They are not aware of what they can do, or they are just not there. So I just want them to reach to to participate in this kind of event, to be more to participate in global events, I would say, so that they can be a part of global citizens and experience all this experience that I'm experiencing. And I want them to experience this as well. So yeah, my student is my big motivation, I would say.
Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Fitria, what about you?
Hello everyone. My name is Fitria. Can you guys hear me clearly? Yes, I am from Indonesia and I am one of the government employee. What inspired me as a change maker? So one of the people, I am one of the people in the world who thinks that if I want to succeed, I need to do something big, I need to do something cool, something impactful. But after joining this program, I changed my whole perspective. At very first time, I thought it's really hard to do a SDGs micro project. I need to think that how micro my project should be, and I kept thinking that is this enough, or is this going to make a impact, something like that. But after this, I realize now that there isn't much difference between small or big projects. The one that really matters is how sincere or compassionate your heart, and how when you're willing to help others. So my daily motivation is now shifting by a big dream to taking little steps of positivity, taking little steps to empower people, change the better future. Because I believe that those little steps will definitely be walks, and those walks will definitely be runs. So in the end of the day, we will definitely can change the world and make a significant difference for a better future and a sustainable one. So that is, thank you so much.
So cool. Thank you so much, Fitria. And I can only share your assessment, how it's not that important to just make a big project, but that already the little projects help so much and how impactful they are. And I'm glad that this kind of was a change maker, so to say, for you, some kind of inspiration for you as well. So thank you for sharing that. I would like to move on to the next question, because I think that you're a group of 33 young leaders, and of course it was difficult because you only were able to really engage via like online. But still, I was wondering, is there something that you've learned, or what is the most important thing that you've learned from your colleague? Maybe Tinosha, do you want to start again?
Yeah, sure. I'll start. Well, I guess the biggest thing that I have learned from my fellow colleagues is their passion, because everyone can have a reason to not come into this webinar series because this is an optional, they can make, but they made the choice to come in to learn, so that and be motivated to be a change maker. So that first step that they took actually inspired me a lot to keep going. Like I was thinking, like, if they can do, yes, I'm working right now, but they too be working. Our fellow colleagues from Myanmar also participated, even though they are going through so many things in their country, but they too motivated to come and participate. These little things that everyone does, actually, it's a great inspiration for me, I would say personally. Yeah, thank you all. Thank you all.
So really the simple dedication to the cause, I think that's kind of sums it up. So I completely understand. And I think I was also inspired in that way. Fitria, how about you? What is the most important thing that you've learned throughout this webinar series from your colleagues?
I really want to second the answer from Tino, because I believe that passion and compassion also one of the best things that I learned from my fellow participants. I want to add determinations. I know that most of my friends here already have strong advocacies of their own for their community. So I saw that as a resolute purpose to be an agent of change, and to put it all together, I saw them as my epitome of motivation as a youth activist for SDGs. So thank you so much, guys, for inspiring me this way.
So cool. Thank you, Fitria. And I think that is simply a beautiful message to give to all of you 33 young leaders that you can take away from this webinar series. And I'm just so happy that you found each other in this group. And I have to say that a lot of that credit goes to our dear colleague Sharifa. because Sharifa has been engaged from the start with you. You've been in WhatsApp groups with her. She has been very pressing on making sure that you submit your SDG micro project and that you stay dedicated. So I think a lot of credit also goes to her and thanks go to her. So I don't want to miss out the opportunity to also give her the word, to say a few words towards the group of 33. And but with no further ado, I would simply try to hand over. I hope she's here. Yes, there she is, Sharifa. If you want to say a few words, here you go.
Yeah, thank you, Viola, and yeah, respected Miss Monica Farlaf, the CEO of Bankiman Center for Global Citizen, my colleagues from UNDC, Miss Wirwa Saad, and also Mr. Gilberto, and my partner for this program to run this SDG webinar, Miss Viola Christian, and also all the youth representatives. Actually, I don't want to say like long speech for today. Just like want to say thank you for giving me this opportunity to give the short remarks for the participants. And I just want to say congratulations to all the 33 Southeast Asian youth representatives for your commitment towards this ASEAN Youth SDG webinar. And I want you to believe one thing, that you are not here by chance or by accident, but take this as your responsibility and your platform to be a change maker in your place, and think that you can be part of the solutions for thousands of problems happening out there. And yeah, knowing all of you young leaders and listening and reading all your great ideas and also your inspiring SDG micro project really amazed me, and I do learn a lot from you. And I hope that the previous roundtable series of E4J and also this ASEAN Youth SDG webinar will enhance your spirit to be more active and also be more inspired to contribute to your countries and also our beloved sub-region Southeast Asia as a peace builder through your amazing and also innovative youth-led solutions. Because without your innovative ideas, without your amazing ideas, you cannot go through all these challenges in these tough years of the pandemic. As you get this opportunity, I hope that you can spread around the positivity to the community around you and keep on lifting up the young people around you. And lastly, I want to share my favorite quote to everyone. Okay, peace is not free. Peace starts within us and also the structure outside us. And yeah, together we become a responsible global citizen. Thank you, Viola.
Thank you so much, Sharifa. If you have a moment, look at the chat. It will simply boost your ego totally, because everyone is simply cheering for you, because you've been such an immense help throughout this webinar series and also throughout the Southeast Asian Youth Empowerment Dialogue series that was happening before the webinar series. So if you have a look, you're so appreciated, your work, and it's really beautiful to see. And I think I've spoken to you despite the time differences at midnight, probably your time. So it just shows that you were so dedicated to the cause as well. And we just want to take the moment to thank you again. And with that, I would say we do have one special guest, another special guest for today. Because we didn't want to miss out, also have one of your colleagues to speak on behalf of all of you today. Raz Bismonte is also here with us. So hi, Raz. Nice to see you.
Hi, can everyone hear me?
Yes, we can hear you very well. Perfect. Thank you for making it. And thank you also for accepting this opportunity to speak on behalf of your fellow colleagues. I think that's a big task, but I think it's absolutely in the right hands. You've been so committed, so engaged, and you've been participating in each and every session. So I've been quite acquainted to your face and to your voice, and so I think I will hand over to you for the speech on behalf of your colleagues.
Yes, mabuhay from the Philippines. I am Rads, one of the participating youth in this empowering webinar series organized by the Bank Human Center for Global Citizens, the United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime under Education for Justice Initiative, and of course supported by the government of Japan. I am indeed honored and blessed for being given this opportunity to speak in your presence on behalf of my co-participants from the ASEAN region who wants to make a difference in their countries. Voluntarily participating here alone is already a manifestation that we want to be part of a bigger change, that we want to be part on building a better world for everyone. This brings me back to the main reason why I joined this webinar series. Like most of the participants here, I have been conducting community works for quite some time now. My previous work definitely has nothing to do with my advocacies and community projects. It is only now wherein my work is in line with my passion to serve my fellow Filipinos. Again, like most people here, we just enjoy being of help to others. It's like our own way of distressing from the toxicity of life, of work, or for some, their studies. Hence, we've coined the term weekend warriors. Employee during the weekdays, community volunteers on the weekends, implementing such activities, going around different places, talking to different types of people, especially those that are in the grassroots level, seeing and firsthand experiencing their situation, it gave me a lot of motivation to join international webinars such as these and programs like the 46 Year for Southeast Asian and Japanese Youth Program. For me, such opportunities could change the lives of the community my fellow volunteers and I have been supporting. What we learn from the set activities or programs are things we could apply in creating a more sustainable and impactful projects for them. In my case, during the start of the pandemic last year, I spearheaded an initiative inspired by the things I learned from the trainings and programs I've joined. Together with my fellow volunteers, we implemented a project that would increase awareness on coronavirus and the importance of taking care of our environment. Our organization believes that in order not to repeat the same crisis from happening again, we need to start educating the younger generations about protecting our Mother Earth and pushing forward sustainable practices. Hence, we have originally designed and launched our entitled Adventures of Pating. Our workbook consists of short stories, activities, games, and lessons so that as young as they are, they would understand why we are experiencing such crisis and the things they could possibly do to be part of the solution. Topics included are proper hand washing, growing their own food, saving energy and conserving water, and others. With more than 100 volunteers, which are mostly youth, we were able to distribute more than 700 copies to kids ages 8 to 14 years old. The said project is downloadable online in order for people to easily replicate the said project. It was highly featured by different media outlets, adapted by some local government units and non-government organization, and was even recognized and promoted by the National Youth Commission here in the Philippines. Not only were the kids who gained benefit from the simple initiative, but also the barangay youth leaders who lack educational materials to teach the children in their respective communities. When Miss Sharifa asked us to join this webinar, I was honestly beyond excited, not because it is sort of reunion with former PYs of SEA, farewell party, but mainly it is for me to learn more on contributing to the attainment of our sustainable development goals and fostering global citizenship, which are really essential at this time and has been clearly stressed to us since day one by Ms. Viola and Ms. Monica. While our organizations has been promoting the SDGs, I have to admit that we only had a few knowledge about it and But thanks to this webinar series, I can say that I have deepened my knowledge on our SDGs and confident enough to share whatever it is that I learned. In Philippines alone, our SDGs would honestly sound great to most of the people since it is rarely discussed and only few government programs or policies promote such. If that is also the case for most of you, then it is indeed a great challenge on our part as an active youth that we should embrace and work on if we truly want to make a difference. If you're in doubt, let the stories of million youth advocates around the world inspire you. Here in our country, the youth sector, particularly those who volunteer in non-government organizations, are the ones who are actively advocating and localizing our global goals through numerous innovations, dialogues with different sectors, information campaign, and others to let the masses understand and support our cause. On my years as a community volunteer, we always ensure that we anchor all our projects to our SDGs and the Philippine Youth Development Plan. Through this, we would be more aligned, not just with our national government, but in the international community as well. Because whatever happens to our respective nations would somehow have an impact to other countries as well. At trying times like this, it is absolutely necessary that we have educated on how we as youth can contribute to the betterment of our communities and above all in the attainment of our SDGs. We therefore suggest and urge the organizers and partners to continue conducting webinars such as these or strengthening this program, providing more avenues for the participants to join. Through this, we could produce more equipped youth leaders with strong ideals, passion, and skills ready to take part in creating a better world for all, a better home for everyone. So thank you so much, Government of Japan, United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime, and to the Ban-Ki-moon Center for Global Citizens. This initiative you've done wouldn't just benefit the participants, but also their community because certainly you have empowered us all. Maraming salamat po and have a great night to all.
Rats for president. I can only repeat what I've already said in one of the webinar series. Thank you so much, Raz. I'm emotional right now. You made me emotional because it's of course beautiful to hear also your commitment and how this is not just the beginning, but it's somehow a wave and it will go way further than we might think. And thank you for stressing that once more. And thank you for your kind words also to us. We really appreciate it. And knowing that our projects and webinar series are so much appreciated by the people that we want to target is of course just a beautiful feedback. And that just gives us more strength to continue that work and to continue to build on this and make it even bigger. So thank you, Raz, for that. And yeah, hands up for you. Thanks. Before we go on to the next step of this event, I would like to give the word back to Lana because we want to see, because I mean, so much has been said and so many inspiring things have been said. So it would be nice to kind of recapture what has been said by you, Lana. I hand over to you.
Let's see the picture again, I suggest. So I already showed you the SDG number 4, quality education. I think that's where we stopped before we heard from the 3 video pictures of the winners. And we were introduced to 3 amazing projects tackling cyberbullying, working on financial literacy, and establishing the Blue Ribbon to support a young group of future leaders. Let me switch the panel. Followed by a Q&A session where we were reminded that small project that might look like, I'm not quite sure whether this is what's going to change the world, actually might be exactly what's going to change the world with some time and also with the quantity, like with the many, many little things that all of you made happen and made real. So one of the things that you also emphasized was the inspiration that came from the group and how great it is to not be just isolated working on something, but to realize how many other people are inspired, motivated, and what else is happening out there. So big thank you to everybody who was part of the whole series. As we said, everybody contributed, and in the last message, one of the first sentences that struck out to me was, we really enjoy helping other people, and how important it is to have discussions and dialogues with various groups of people and support exactly those projects that might help also to educate younger generations and to help people grow and develop. So our goal, and this is the last thing I wrote, and I think also a very nice point for me now, is to create a better world, a better home for everyone. And the drawing here is yet to come.
Wonderful, Lana, thank you so much. And I actually saw that Lulua would like to take the floor before we move on to the actual certificate ceremony. So Lulu, I hope that you're still with us and that we can switch you on.
Thank you so much.
Please share.
Thank you. I just want to say something. I might be interrupted by a little person, a small person. So just because he's back from kindergarten. But it's so uplifting what everyone said, and the videos, as Monica said, they were wonderful. But what I would also like to offer from our side as well is also with Sharifa and Leonardo, who are in the E4J team, because I see also, and it was great to see how passionate all of you were about education, you know, and SDG 4. And we have a variety of tools that could be used as well within your communities, also to disseminate. For example, we have many tools also for children, for youth, for teachers on cybercrime, cyberbullying, cyber prevention, violence against women, violence against girls. So we have a multitude of tools for all of the age groups. And we would like to offer also this as well as a way of continuing to engage with you as well. So please do reach out to us, do reach out to Sharifa, and for sure we can provide you with all of these tools, explain how to best be used, also share with you the good practices and lessons learned from disseminating all of these tools in all over the world. So thank you once again, and I'm honored to be here with everyone today. Thank you.
Thanks, Lelua, for that hint. So now, ladies and gentlemen, the big moment of handing over your certificates. We are sorry that that can't take place in person. How beautiful would it be if we're all assembled in a room and we could shake hands and actually give you the certificate in hand. But what we are doing right now with the certificate ceremony is really shining a light on each and every one of you. This will be the first moment that you see how your SDG micro project actually was illustrated. And I'm curious about your reactions, and probably your colleagues are too. So don't shy away using the chat function and telling the other ones what you're thinking about their SDG micro project and how much you wish them well in implementing it. So we are now here at the actual award giving ceremony. Please, Viola, let's share the video.
now. Wow. I think we all need some time to digest this, but I want to continue because I just want to say that all these beautiful illustrations and your certificates are simply a resemblance of your hard work. So once more, congratulations to all of you for having so wonderfully shown what makes a global citizen. I can almost not speak anymore because I'm so emotional. But thank you so much for your contributions to this amazing webinar series. And I also want to introduce one special person here who made this also possible with these beautiful illustrations, which is the actual artist. Kat Weiss. Hi, Kat. It's so nice to see you here, and thank you so much for making it, because I think it's always good to also show our participants who was the creator of this amazing work and finally have a face to these illustrations as well. And I hope you also enjoyed it. I saw your face being like this, so I think you did. But it would be wonderful if you could also introduce yourself and to say maybe a few words how it was for you to illustrate these amazing SDG micro projects. So I hand over to you.
Okay, can everyone hear me very clearly? Okay, great. Hi, everyone. My name is Kat. I am from Hong Kong, but I live in Germany now, and I was given this task of illustrating all of your projects. And it was very interesting, and I felt very lucky to do it because sustainability is actually like a topic that's right up my alley, and I always try to represent it in my work. And I also felt very inspired, like Viola, when I read all your projects, because I mean, I guess it made me feel very hopeful as well, that there's so many people in this world trying to make it better. And if I could just quickly say, like, one of the biggest challenges of this project for me was that a lot of them couldn't be illustrated very straightforwardly. I mean, they could have, but I thought maybe it wouldn't be so interesting because it was so based on education and like particularly webinars and stuff. So I thought it would be more interesting to have a more metaphorical approach to represent the ideas behind the projects. Yeah, so through that, I felt like it really helped me improve as an artist. And also I hope that I've been able to do your projects justice and really show what they were about. So yeah, thank you, everyone. Thank you, Viola. Thank you, Monica, for having me on board on this project. And thank you again, everyone, for like creating such awesome projects, I guess. Yeah, thank you.
So cool. Thank you so much. And also to elaborate a bit about the challenges that you were facing, because I can definitely imagine. I mean, it was a short amount of time that you had offered, and you still managed so well. So thank you so much. And really congrats to you as well. I think this is a great achievement as well for you, and something that you can maybe take on in your memories and as a great experience as well. So thank you so much, Kat, for your contributions and for these amazing illustrations. And I see from the chat as well that you're very much appreciated and that your work is very much appreciated. And I think that's really what matters most. And of course, every one of you will receive these illustrations, and we will send you your certificates and your illustrations as well. They will also be featured in an outcome publication, as we call it, an album of action, because it really resembles what you've been working on that should be activism for the SDGs and activism for sustainability. So thank you everyone for, on the one hand, the amazing ideas, and on the other hand, the amazing illustrations. I think it just merged perfectly, and we are just hoping that all of these SDG micro projects will also be realized, that you will find the time, that you will find the effort in your free time or in your work, in your volunteer activities, that you will be able to implement them, because that's what it's all about. It's not just about trying to plan them, but it's also about trying to implement them. So I just want to encourage you to move on with that next step. And before we come closer to an end of this virtual closing ceremony, I also want to announce the launch of the virtual exhibition of your SDG micro projects. So we also want to give a different audience, so everyone who is following you, your family, your friends, but also the entire audience of the Ban Ki-moon Center, give them insights into what is an SDG micro project, how can it be, what is it all about, and what can it look like. And the illustrations of Kat also allow us to picture these SDG micro projects in such a virtual exhibition. So let's cut the ribbon to launch the virtual exhibition. Here you go. So this is where your SDG micro projects will find the right space to really have an audience. So I can only encourage you as well to share this. You see the link here, and we will share it also in the chat, that this is how you will see your SDG micro projects and how everyone who is close to you and your family and friends can also take advantage and check out these amazing artworks and your work that lies behind it. Each of these illustrations comes with a description of your project so that there is also enough context. And I'm just so excited that we were able to do this together. Good. At this last stage of the closing ceremony, I also want to thank one of our team members who is currently also with us, our intern, Katarina. Katarina has been so crucial in making sure to set up this every webinar series that you have joined, and she's always been behind the scenes and making sure that everything works out, and I have been able to rely on her so much. So I really want to thank her for her ambitions and for her efforts contributing to this closing ceremony, but to everything that has to do with this project. She has been involved from the beginning, and I couldn't be more thankful for her help. But also, of course, my CEO, Monica Fröhler, who has been so amazing in showing what the Ban Ki-moon Center does and what it promotes, which is the SDGs. She is a true activist and an advocate for the SDGs, and she always makes it so clear to everyone. And I just want to say thank you for your efforts and for being there for these 33 young leaders to also share your wisdom, because you come with so much experience that everyone can benefit from. And I would then hand over to Monica again for the final round of this closing ceremony.
Excellent. Viola, you need to be thanked, but we will do that with a different shape and form this time. We will do that with a group photo, because we would like to end this closing ceremony with a group photo with all of you being part of it and showing to Viola, showing to UNODC, showing to your colleagues, showing to those people who you really care for, the heart. So we would love you to switch on your screens, and I think they are switched on, many of them, most of them. Show us the heart, and I guess Katarina and Viola will shoot the picture, or Katarina will shoot the picture. Wonderful. Smile, please. Yay! That looks great. Once more. Wonderful. So thanks so much to everyone. This comes now to an end. This was our closing ceremony. We hope to be in touch with you, the change makers of today and of the future. Stay as passionate and compassionate as you are. Thank you so much. All the best to you.
Thank you so much. It's been such a pleasure. Thank you.